we watched our president tell us that he would do nothing different. We heard him say that he's planned for every single scenario. Nowhere would I think the American government would plan to leave hundreds of thousands of Americans behind. What is the plan to get them out? It is very simple. This isn't a partisan issue. This isn't a Republican, Democrat, Green Party. Tomorrow on the floor, there'll be an opportunity. I've heard Democrats say they're frustrated with this president. This is your moment. This is your time to put America before politics. It's very simple. Sense of Congress. What is the administration's plan now that they made a decision to leave Americans behind to get them home? Give us a briefing on what weaponry did we leave behind. The reports are that Taliban now has more Black Hawk helicopters than Australia. Do not recognize the Taliban. Let's be very clear. ISIS-K, Al-Qaeda, and Taliban are all just fruit from the exact same tree. And no wad of cash delivered to the Taliban. I think that's what America expects from their elected officials. I think that's what America expects from this administration. That's simply what we're asking that's going to come to the floor tomorrow. The question will be, for those Democratic members, are they going to stand behind the action of the decision to leave Americans behind? Because we will not. We will not leave them behind. And we need a plan to get them out. And we need to have that voice tomorrow. With that, let's open it up for questions. Yes, sir.
Eventually, would you possibly bring impeachment charges against President Biden?
Look, right now you've got Americans sitting that were told to go to the airport. They're wondering, what are they supposed to do? Our only focus should be on that. As we continue to gather information, we learned just this weekend in a Washington Post article, I could not imagine that I'd ever think a government would say this, that the Taliban said they would stay out of Kabul. But someone in our government said no, that we only need the airport. We have 13 new Gold Star families. We have Americans left behind because of that decision. The idea that the president said no to the military so we could keep Bagram. Had you kept Bagram, you had not just had 2 runways, you had a prison of 5,000 terrorists with ISIS-K inside there that were released. Did they have anything to do with that bombing at that gate? Did they have anything to do with the missiles coming in? We don't know from our own Department of Defense who are those individuals of the terrorists they said they killed. Were those individuals in that prison? Why don't we know the names of them?
So in your opinion, the president has blood on his hands?
In my opinion, we have a whole administration. And if you look at this administration, many of them worked before. They worked in a past administration that gave us Syria. They could be giving us one more Syria problem that we have now. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. McCarthy, so tomorrow you're going to bring this forward during the House Pro Forma session. If you are not able to get Democrats to join your side, will you stay here the remainder of the week to continue to push Speaker Pelosi to bring the House back? I know you have an event in California.
No, we have, we'll have Brian Massville for a discharge petition. No, we'll go out across the country to build support. I will go to the Nixon Library to have a discussion with Robert O'Brien. Robert O'Brien served in a couple of administrations. He's in charge of bringing hostages back. He's advising the past administration as well. We need more people to know what's going on. We need to go fan out across this nation and have more people join with us. So anyone's listening or watching now, we don't care of your party affiliation. We don't care if you dislike what we stand for. But I know you stand for America, and I know you stand with bringing these Americans home. Let's have a plan to do that. Let's take politics out of it.
Kevin, can I comment real quick?
Yes, please.
Here's what you're really asking. You know that it's so likely that Speaker Pelosi tomorrow, as we sit here on the eve of having that debate, or asking for a debate on that, asking to say a word about Afghanistan, that she will step up to that podium, bang her gavel, and say, I will not recognize you. I will not hear a word about Afghanistan. I do not want to listen to what's going on there. I do not want to pay attention to it. I do not want to conduct oversight about it. You know that it's that likely that that's what she will do, and that's why you're asking that question. That's the reality of the situation. That's where blood is on somebody's hands.
The question will be, will Speaker Pelosi be willing to go and bang the gavel herself and to deny us? Or who will she select as the Democrat? And why would that person do it? Why would they deny the ability to have a plan to bring Americans home?
Leader McCarthy, yesterday you urged fellow Republicans to use the upcoming NDAA debate to press some of these issues through amendments. I was wondering if you or even Congressman Rogers could review what some of those amendments might be and how you plan to address these amendments.
We're going to use every legislative possibility to make this case, but I would turn it over to Ranking Member Rogers.
I'll just give you a flavor of some of the amendments. Right now, we have over 50 amendments filed by Republican members related to Afghanistan. We want to find out what happened to the equipment that was left behind, what was left behind. We want to know why specifically Bagram was abandoned. I know what it is, but we want to see it in record that it was the administration that decided we were going to reduce down to 600 troops. And we had the mission given by the State Department to protect the embassy and the Kabul airport. You can't do both air bases with 600 people. So the president and his State Department drove that decision, not the military. We created a $250 million counterterrorism fund. We want to know what the security impacts are for letting the ISIS-K terrorists out. We force the department to brief us on a regular basis on the groups that will form because of this withdrawal. There's a whole series of them. Literally 50 right now, and it's still 2 days away. There's going to be a vigorous debate in the NDAA. And here's what I would challenge all of you to do. This NDA is going to pass out probably Thursday morning with bipartisan support, with a significant $25 billion increase over and above what the president asked for, over inflation, which is a great, healthy spending amount. It's scheduled by the Democrats to go to the floor on August 20th. I dare her to, September 20th, I dare her to bump this socialist spending program that she's hoping to be busy September with. We need to be debating this bill in September, not her infrastructure bill.
Are there any Democrats who are committed to vote for any of those amendments you're talking about?
Have no idea. We'll find out on Wednesday.
You know, there are other countries that have their citizens there, and they called their legislative bodies back. The UK called the Parliament. We were called back last week, but only to pass almost $5 trillion, not one of it going to help any American getting out of Afghanistan. This is a moment in time that I think the world will be watching tomorrow in Congress. Will they bring up Gallagher's bill? Yes.
I have two questions. You said that have you had any communications with Democrats to come vote for you some of district positions? Have you been doing outreach in that regard?
Look, we reach out to everyone. I've listened to many Democrats. We've been in briefings. And there are veterans on both sides of the aisle. Not one of them is happy with what they've watched this administration do. I've watched Democrats that are veterans, that are members of Congress, question this administration as hard as we have because of the lies that they've been told at the same time. That the people that they served with there that are being left behind. I know what's in their hearts. The question will be, what's in their will? Will they defy the Speaker to stand up for the Americans who are left behind? I've watched them in a closed, classified session say the things they would say. I applauded them. I cheered them. I asked for more time so more Democrats could talk. But the Democratic leadership wouldn't allow it and bang the gavel down.